Alright, slight interruption there. Look, I need a unit in here, at least to make sure that I have the crossing or this locked up, so you would at least be zone of control locked here and here. These guys, I won't be able to escape. So I feel like more of these guys are already down. So no trouble really here. They did become pretty weak in that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's just do this. Okay, some weird stuff was going to happen. At least with the BF-109s, or Romanian BF-109s, it's still not as good, obviously, but at least they're not getting down so quickly. And now, if they want to escape, basically, yeah, like I said, there's zone of control locked there, so. I don't really see a whole lot of reasons to try to advance much further, except five attack. That might get them into that hex, but I still cannot take Tiraspol regardless. Yeah, I'll just block the way here. There's no way they're gonna get out there, so. The one thing I'm gonna do is this. So they also cannot move further down. So if they want to go up in here, I don't really care. But I do need to block them there. Okay. There is not really that much of a need to get those guys all that much further. Necessarily. Like I can I could get into Corson. Getting all the way up there ain't too bad. Especially since I want to get along that railroad, and if I'm lucky, I can catch an area here which is, you know, a bit less protected. Yeah, these also cannot get there. 7410. 41. Especially with the cavalry here, I would have to get basically up to this hex. 7441. 2 hexes short to cut that rail. Yeah. Where does the rail go to? Here now. Yeah, that's fine. So, certainly I want to depot at Tarnopol. I'm already repairing that rail yard. And I got 60th motorized. What I'll do is I'll put it under some unit. But I don't really feel there's necessarily a reason to move it right now. How are you? You are at 100. Again, there's really no reason to move them too far. You're at 5, eh? Okay. Pretty poor supplies too. What else we got? Okay. Right, these other units, they have no reason to move with the supplies not being all that far anyway. Right, the only problem is I don't have energy to me right now, and I don't want them to take it. I got them in there, which kind of sucks. And I could do that. 1, 2, 3. There we go. Then I would still need to move those HQs and some of those rear units. Now, I don't think I should be wasting anything on this, but if they go and cut the rail line because they have some unit there, because my opponent thinks he's going to be funny, that would be a problem. First, let's get that out of there. It is pretty funny that they have that there. I'll just make it surrender. The yeah, it's probably better to get these guys here then. I'll take both of those hexes. Make sure now to have at least a unit on Minsk. I also do like moving units in such a way that they rather take those things, but okay. So my opponent has, at the very least, left Idritsa alone. And I'm sure he's been building stuff around here as well. Just gonna leave those guys there. It's actually a bit of a shame that they cannot do more fighting at that point. I'm sure there are no units there, but Really don't feel like headlong running into it. This is fine, I guess. Okay. It's actually kind of tricky. There does not seem to be any hex specifically, except here. Where I can get those guys together. Now, okay. I didn't get those or this hack, so it means they certainly have something there. But again, he has something there. And he has a unit on Schlobin. Okay. Let's keep him moving. if we look at this, this L Corps has 2 of them. I still want to have Lipaia attached. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has to go here. I just pretty much have to hope that it will take Lipaia. And that I then kept it connected. As for the one with 5, I should probably, right, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. I should probably get it up to Daugavpilsk, because then basically from there there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. If I'm one higher, I could technically also have this. Yeah, it's just a level 1 rail yard. And I need to attach a Riga, so... Well, the thing is... I probably don't need 5 on it. Białystok is not a level 2, Grodno is not a level 2 rail yard, so that also doesn't matter. Baronovici is also level 1, but that's a different story altogether. How about Polotsk? It's no rail yard. Well, let's start actually over here. Cutting off this infantry. Interesting. Yeah, I'll just stay at this crossing here. This guy seems pretty weak. Probably unready. Guess I have to get the unit from Vitebsk. Okay, they're already as powerful as can be. I would have thought this would have made the clearing a little bit easier at Orsha. But it is very difficult for tanks to get across. Well, kind of crazy. They still had a 124. But I do like those losses in manpower. Kind of curious here. Wow. There sure are a lot of changes in terms of firepower with this new update. 2,100 men in a rifle division? mean, I guess they're still above 200,000, huh? Let's give them some serious stuff here. Again, these numbers are really freaky. Like, I don't particularly get where they get those 19,000 from. Like, as if they have 19,000 in a rifle division. Let's just up those losses a bit. Huh. I need to split it up here, huh? Now, that actually doesn't cut the rail. Which is mighty unfortunate. Okay. This time I lost a bit less flak. What are the chances? I don't remember there specifically being a fortress in there, but I'll take a look. Security division. So it's probably a bad idea. Yeah. It's a motorized rifle division. Again, there's a very high number of units there. Or like the TOE of those units seems to just be excessive. Which is very interesting. Yeah. I'll move these just to snag them here. I feel like they'd certainly get stuck here and cannot move in there. I find the fact that all of my units get just 11 to be very weird too. And they have no admin failures. You have you have one admin failure, now you have no penalty. You have level 1 rail yard, Velikiluki is a level 2 rail yard, huh? Alright. I might have more HQs left over. To divide. 11, 8, 5. I don't think they'll give me to 0, but at least those are some pretty good losses. Yeah, it does mean I will not get around, but very likely they will, guess, try to escape. Now, further up north. We'll see. I will, at this point, I can take a look actually at these logistics phase reports. Where would it be? I think it would be on the rename. Oh no, an arrival. Second army is no longer frozen. Bunch of infantry which are no longer frozen. That rail yard is already being repaired. Rail yard Fastov should be repaired. The one at Kishinev should be repaired. Chernovtsi is also a level 2 rail yard. And Stanislav too, so it does actually reward you for connecting those, I would guess. This one should be fixed. This one is being fixed. Right, I'll be reorganizing things for a little bit. And then I'll be back. Yeah, so see you on the other side, I guess. Alright, back after taking care of the support units and the air units. I've moved them forward and such, and I did my air transportation, stuff like that. To, I guess, Vitebsk, Minsk. You can't see it because of this. To Daugavpilsk and down there to Vinnytsia. I've also gotten the Sonderverband 1 and the LLG Go units that I could from the reserve. I couldn't take those. I still have these two. Actually, I should be putting them on the map too. There's no reason not to, really. A game, oh yeah, right. Game is sometimes very weird because it will not allow you, like it will allow me to get these from this base, but not other ones. So that's kind of weird. Either way, this is another 56 transferred planes, so let's get them there. Why not? And then next turn I can distribute them over the different air units. Now I think I can get all of these to Riga. I'd rather transfer my air units at the end of a turn, because that means that from there they can operate later on as well. So I want Flieger für Ostsee. Actually, to go over here. And I will have them under Air Fleet 4. For now. I will probably move my air units very little, but I got Jägerschwader 53 there. I'm actually gonna send Jägerschwader 27 over to Daugavpilsk for the moment, because they're no good there anyway. And Transport Group North will go into Kaunas. That's just slightly closer, so it should help. 0 out of 1. Why? They trailed 100%. Fair enough. And down here I also can't really move a whole lot with my air forces yet anyway, because I don't really have the my rail close. Now I'm gonna talk about what else I did. So first of all, my rail units I split them up. I now have the 53rd Corps with 2 labor groups. And it's gonna be at Daugavpilsk. Because I want them to potentially go for, say, this, or this. So I want them to go and do that, or here / here. At least this is double rail, so that's reasonably fine, I guess. I have the 35th Corps with 3 labor units around the Riga area, because I wanted to connect Liepāja with Riga and then Riga with the rest of the rail. Well, it also needs to get Ventspils on the rail, which this guy is gonna go and follow. I still have the 50th Corps around this area in the hopes of connecting the Lipaia port. These are all level 2 rail yards, which means that they are going to work on that. And hopefully connect them quickly so that they can add to the rail pool, I guess. I don't specifically know how to call it, but every connected level 2 rail yard will increase your net supply load or capabilities by a certain amount. So you want to connect as many level 2 rail yards as possible, and that's the easiest around here. I guess. How is it here? Yeah, like indeed some of this is connected. Parnu is a level 2 port, or is a level 2 rail yard, so I want to connect that too. And then Tallinn as well is actually level 1 rail yard. Okay, wow, never mind. Narva is also level 1 rail yard, but I do want to have a connection through there too because it's a port. So that will allow me to make use of the Baltic Sea, Gulf of Finland, things like that. So okay, that's that. Then I sent a bunch of units, like 3 divisions actually, over with the 28th Corps to move up towards Leningrad. The faster I take Leningrad, the faster I can relieve those units. I'm not sending that many armored units to Leningrad, as it's mostly an infantry slog through this area, but I do want to have somewhat of an armored spearhead. So I have, you know, the 57th Motorized Corps, but pretty quickly I will take them off and send them further away towards other places, especially because I need them around Smolensk. I moved maybe some units slightly, but it's not particularly interesting. Like, for example, I moved the 43rd Corps from this hex over into this hex, but that in itself is not particularly amazing. I did move the 60th Motorized away from Lvov to encircle this 140th Rifle Division just a little bit better. Get it there. I moved some of the infantry slightly forward. It might be the 57th or the 111th. Now, generally, what I want for my non-Panzer Group units, or Corps as it is I want them to have 2 artillery, 2 anti-aircraft, 1 engineer, 2 construction, and 1 rocket or Stug. I'm not so sure about the Pioneers because I need a lot of Pioneers actually in the 11th Army, so very likely I'm going to get quite a few of them there, but we'll see how that goes. So that's basically how I'm trying to get my composition for my corps, corps. Except for the Romanians, I currently have everything taken down from Army Group Antonescu, and I've divided them in both the 3rd and the 4th Romanian Army, and then I will divide it further into the Corps. But currently, this is then the way that it looks like for each army, and then I will switch it further down. I'll also probably use all Romanian engineers in the attack on Odessa. That's basically how things stand. I actually sent, by the way, a bunch of, let's see here, a bunch of artillery and flak over to different areas. Let's see if it's visible here. I sent a bunch of artillery to Western Europe, and I sent also some flak to the Soviet Union garrison. The amount of transfers is currently still astonishing, as we I still have to shift around a whole lot of things basically, but we'll go over that in detail every single turn. I currently still have some patrol here,
and recon, and I also want to get that in the south, and so I should actually already get them on the map. Doesn't really matter where they are, if they're like at Poznan here. So all of these are anti-air units. I'm gonna transfer all of them into this. So that from Poznan, like it's not a lot of units, but that is fine. If we look at Romanian air units, they've taken quite a bit of a beating, and I don't know how many more of, for example, these 23rd IAR I have left, or the IAR 80, for example. I have quite little, so I will have to switch some of them to the BF-1093. I have 41, which is pretty good, but in general, for example, they're not going to be able to reinforce the IAR, so I definitely have to switch there. And the reason is, if we, no, not go here. If we go to the production screen and we go to Romania, the Romanians are not producing a lot of planes, so they are producing only one IAR 39 tactical bomber. They're producing 2 of the IAR 80s, and they're not producing any PLZ because they're Polish planes. I'm already running short. Apparently line call 112. Okay. So I'll probably have to switch up more. Which unit has the one? That's the 5th Romanian fighter group. I wonder if they even flew. They're running these aircraft to kill. They did travel. So because they can have 36, I'll probably switch it up with this. I can't do that because they've flown. I just have to think about it next turn, basically, to switch this, because yeah, I can't recover all my losses there either way, and likely I will have to change some stuff up here. Yeah, so let's go over the metrics and then call it a day. First of all, victory points 411. I did not get any victory points this turn, of course. Yes. The closest victory points would be Kiev and or Odessa, Smolensk, Pskov, Tallinn, Lenin. Yeah, Leningrad's way further. It will be a while before I get more points again. Dnipropetrovsk, Zaporozhye might be marginally close. We'll see how that goes. But I'm not expecting to gain a whole lot of points in the near future. Initiative, high watermarks, and victory points, total men. Of course going up for the Soviets because, well, they still had a large reserve, but total guns, total AFVs, total aircraft, map men. At least it went down for them, still. Map guns, map AFVs, map aircraft, and then we have manpower losses. Of course, can't see it for now. Gun losses, previous turn, so 5.5 million gun losses last turn, 8.6 thousand. AFV losses, 3.7. Aircraft losses, combat in aircraft, well. Fuel stores, oil stores. I mean, this is not really super important. Supply stores, at least for the moment. Resource stores, manpower pool. Got a bunch. It's actually a bit of a shame that the Germans can't build more divisions, but. And I really need to get this still further down. Armaments. Now, one of the unfortunate things here is that for the Germans this time, actually, I did capture enough trucks to fill my complete truck supply at the very least, which is good. Because I already have a bunch in pool and a bunch in repair, so that's reasonable. Right, 2 unready units. Really? Too isolated. Which units would be isolated for my side? Let's see. I cannot. What units can I possibly have? On isolation. If only I could see. Like, they're very likely both unready and isolated, but I would not know which units they are. Or where they are. Really, I wonder where if I can find somewhere anywhere where my supposed to be isolated units are. I wonder where I can find them. Like, if the game claims that I have isolated units, well enough, but then where can I see where those are? Because I currently have no clue which of my units could potentially be isolated. I don't see them on the map. And I cannot select them. Like, two unready and isolated units. Is there any like status? Oh, here, okay. For all units that have isolated, no. There's none. So why is the game telling me that I've isolated units, whereas here... Oh, I guess maybe, yeah, now I get it. It was the motorized parts that were isolated at the beginning of the turn. Right. They're not isolated now. Okay, so problem solved. Alright. Thanks for watching.
and I'll see you all next time. Take care, see you then. Bye-bye.